Yo, it's Joe. March 20th. Tomorrow's going to be March 21st, Monday. My 2-week anniversary from the date I had my surgery. Went into surgery weighing 254 pounds for the gastric sleeve. Today, I currently weigh 228.4. That's crazy, 28, 38. Almost 26 pounds I've dropped in less than 2 weeks. I feel great though. You know, there were a couple hiccups I had, but they were based more on my intake and getting my fluid in and constipation, stupid shit like that. But otherwise, I felt great. I've never had stomach pain from the day after surgery on. Nothing, no issues. I don't even feel my stomach. Hunger, never felt it, never experienced it. And I think that's going to be my main topic for this video. I don't want to drag on and because I could babble, but the whole thing is being informed, what you're heading into, getting this procedure, things that you're going to have to deal with. I think you should get a whole grasp on this before you even get this procedure. It's so important to know what kind of mental games you're going to go through, because let me tell you, it's hard. People think, you know, oh, the gas pains, this, that. There's other aspects to this whole procedure that you have to have ready and set in your head before that doctor even puts you on that table. Coming, you know, to the realization of what's going to happen, it's just a lot less mental stress on you after the procedure, especially that first week after when something happens. And we'll talk about that right now, because I see a lot of people suffering with hunger. Let me tell you, people that are 3 days, you know, post-op behind me, and they're talking about how they're starving. And I'm like, you know, have you gone and gotten counseling? And several people that I've asked, some of them get an attitude with me. They're like, look, food police, da, 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 da. And I'm like, I'm being sincere. I'm like, if I didn't have anyone to talk to, you know, to make me realize, yo, this is what you need to do to get a grip, I would be fucking miserable right now. And by this, what I mean is, you need that ability, because it's going to happen where after a while, you know, we may have had our stomach cut out. We've had that ghrelin hormone, you know, 80% of it gone. I have never experienced hunger since my procedure, but I thought I did. You know, I'd walk into the kitchen, I'd open the fridge, and there were times about 6 days ago where I was like, you know, what did I do to myself? I can't believe this. And what fueled all that negativity? That little demon part of my head in the back that turned me into the almost 300-pound beast that I was, because I couldn't control my eating, binging and, you know, just stress eating. That's still with us. That's there. And you have to start talking to that little part of your head now before you even get your surgery. Even if you've had your surgery, you've got to recognize that, because that will save you on those days where you're like, oh my God, I'm so hungry, I need something. It's like, if you sit back and think about it, I'm like, physically, my body isn't saying anything. It's not saying it's hungry. Mentally, little fat boy demon is sitting up there saying, you used to eat 3 pieces of pizza in 6 minutes and I want to do it now. You know, that's still there. It's still with us, no matter what. That stress, you get into an argument. Damn, what I would do to just wolf down 2 pork chops right now, everything would be over. You know, that is with us. That will be with us for a long time, even after this procedure. That's why it's so important to stay in some kind of positive mind frame, because what pulls me out of all that, I look and I'm like, wow, I bought a pair of shorts 3 years ago that I kept in the closet, never wore them once and grew out of them, and that was the end. And I put them bad boys on and I was like, holy shit, they fit. And then I think about, wow, do you realize one day you're gonna put a couple $100 in your pocket and you're gonna go to the store, a clothing store, wherever the fuck, Goodwill, it doesn't matter. you're gonna grab clothes that make you feel good. You know what I mean? Just that little stupid edge to it will pull you away from that mindset, like, what did I do? Don't think of that. And come to terms with that part too in the beginning of your procedure. Before you get it done, know that you are going to regret. Know that you're going to be pissed off. You're going to cry. You're going to do, crazy shit to get yourself through protecting that little beast that wants to say, I'm hungry. I'm down to, I'm drinking apple juice. I take 3 tablespoons of cottage cheese. Sometimes I'll put it in this thing. This is my little savior cup. And I'll walk around and I'll eat that. I wasn't experiencing, because I was so used to dealing with the fluid diet, I was like, well, what does full feel like? And maybe 2 days ago, I sat with a pureed chicken pot pie, the cottage cheese I was messing with, applesauce, and I was just taking little nips of them here and there. I'd wait like 30 seconds and I felt it. I felt the, the fullness. People wonder, well, what does that feel like after the surgery? Is there a pain involved? Is it a horrible pressure? Is it a nausea? No, don't let yourself get to that point. Eat slow. When that happens, it feels just like you did when you ate before. You feel full, like satisfied. When you feel that, no matter what portion you cut out, that you say, all right, well, I know my stomach's this big, always eat half of it and then sit and wait a couple minutes just to see what happened. That's the whole thing. Take your time when it comes to the eating, the drinking, anything. Just do it. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell, everyone that's watching these videos this information. But, there's a lot of people, I'm telling you, do your research on the clinics you are going to. Because if they don't give you any kind of moral support, psychological support, don't even go to them. If you're walking out of there saying, what's a post-op diet? It's something that's going to keep you alive for the next 3 weeks. If your clinic didn't tell you anything about that, walk the hell out of there, go find someone else. That's like the basics. And people are like, but, just hang in there. For you guys that had it done and you're feeling miserable, I feel for you. I know that some of us, our bodies are all different. There's shit some of us go through. Don't force yourself. Like I said, the protein, that's the number one. If you can't do the protein at that time, work on your water and take your time. Like I said, do my little sip method. I was drinking 2-3 sips. I would wait a whole 2 minutes before that little timer went off and I'd start doing it again. That's where I built myself up from. Now, look, you see this? I almost drank the whole thing in one sip. I won't go beyond there. Oh, here comes the gas. I might burp. But, that's it. Now, I could feel that fluid going down. That's in my belly. I still got gas. Not the gas from the surgery, though. I'm still a gassy person. My poor kitty don't even hang around me anymore. All right, now see, I felt that go down. That has reached the lower limits. Now, you see how much I had in there before? Finished it. Nothing feels like a bunch of pots and pans banging down there. Boom, 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 boom. It's amazing when that first week, you're petrified. Now, it's like, all right, I got this. Now that I did that sip, I will wait a full minute till I take another sip. And this is based on fluids. When I'm doing more solid stuff, cottage cheese and stuff like that, I chill out. My doctor said if I want, I can go to chicken, fish and stuff like that and chew it very fine. But you know what? I was on a 6-week plan originally before I even hit that food, and I'm staying there. I am not pushing my stomach to any limit. This is my baby for the rest of my life. I ain't screwing it up now just because, oh, I can't do liquids anymore. You signed up for this shit. You know what the deal is. If you're not ready to put your foot down and say, you know what? I dedicated my whole life to being fat, to eating, to support that body. Now, I'm doing what it takes to get this groove on. Because I feel good. Let's see. Do 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 do. But that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say. If you have any questions, shoot me some shit down in the comments or whatever. I'll be glad to answer you. I'm still out of it a little loopy. I think once I can get myself over to actual real foods is when we start, feeling even more ourselves. But I feel great. I am thankful that everything is smooth sailing. Like I said, take your time, get yourself into that frame. Every 3 hours, have your meal, have your protein shake. Try to get that down. If you can do 4 a day of those premier proteins, that's what I've been using. That was my thing. I woke up in the morning, no water. I would literally sit there on my bed, go through my news or whatever, and I would not get up until I did that shake. Once I did the shake, let me get it closer here. Once I did my shake, I worked on my water. I got 3 hours now. Get a bottle of water down, Joe. And once that was done, I was ready. Maybe 2 hours would go by. I don't know what it is, something with water. But once I got my water down, I was fine. Bam, those 3 hours fly by. You're ready to start working on your other protein shake. You go every 3 hours, you should get 4 protein shakes down. That's plenty for your protein. But in the beginning, if you have to say, all right, I'm going to do a protein shake every 4 hours, flip it. Whatever works for you. Don't force yourself. Just make sure you're getting those fluids in. You will feel great, I'm telling you. Well, thank you for listening to me babble. You got this. I pray for everyone out there that's going through this shit, because it doesn't last long. The easy parts are coming. And one day we all gonna get together. We're gonna find a credit card somewhere and we're gonna clothes shopping, because I'm starting to feel like the man in black. I got so many black t-shirts. Fuck that. I'm done with my fat boy attire. I'm gonna start getting bright colors and stripes and pink. All right. Take care. Thank you. Mwah.